I'm gonna be honest about this one, but this one really gave me some goosebumps.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, we are Pallas. Watch live prog
With Marcel.
He's mad, you know.
Hi, I'm Alan Reid from the Alan Reid Experience, and you're listening to Live Prog with Marcel Hasta.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Live Prog, welcome to a new video. My name is Marcel Haster. What have you been listening to these days? I have been listening to this album, The Messenger, the brand new Pallas album, and I'm so happy I finally have a copy. I have a beautiful media book. I'm gonna show it to you in a little more detail throughout this video. This is a remarkable video for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, the fact that it's been nearly 10 years since the last Pallas album. We Are Who We Are was released in 2014. Alright, this one was released in December, so nearly 10 years. Reason number 2, that is not a new thing. It's been known for a while, but still I find it very spectacular. Alan Reid is back with a band and he is singing on this album, and I couldn't be more happy about that because I think Alan Reid is a great singer and he's a great guy. So, you know, Alan Reid was, well, let's leave it at left Pallas in 2010, so that's about 15 years ago, 14 years ago. But the last album featuring him on vocals was The Dreams of Men, which was released in 2005, so that's nearly 20 years ago, 19 years, all right, I'll be a little more precise there. So, you know, that's an amazing, reason to get this album. The third reason is they gained their original singer back. Well, not original, their most known singer, I don't know, Alan at least. But they lost something as well. They lost a real drummer, and that's kind of a shame on the album. Ronnie Brown and Niall Mathewson, guitar player, keyboard player and guitar player, they programmed the drums on this album. Now, of course, when you know that, and I knew it, and I knew it before I was listening to this album because I already read a few reviews because I was curious, and I was like, all right, man, when you start paying attention to it, yeah, I think you can hear it. If you wouldn't know, you might not hear it because they did a stellar job on the whole drums on this album. Nevertheless, I say if they would have had a real drummer, a human drummer on this album, I really think it would even make this album better than it already is. When I listened to the album, I noticed that the album is really balanced. There are no really standout moments. It's not like, you know, we have dominant keys, we have dominant guitars, we have some nice keys there, we have some guitar solos here and there, we have some great bass, we have overall decent drums, let me leave it at that. But altogether, it's a very balanced sound. And when I started to play the album, I mean, I was really curious. And here's an interesting detail. The band has decided not to put this album on any streaming platform. Now, I only applaud that. I'm really happy with that because the band does not get paid anything if they put this on streaming. When people buy the CD, they do. I bought this album for 2 reasons. I read a few reviews. They were very positive of it, and I have the reputation of Pallas. They are a great band. I love their sound. So those 2 reasons were enough for me to buy the album, to buy the media book. And I'm really glad I bought it because I absolutely love the album. But when I started it, the first track, Sign of the Times, I had like, okay, what is the band going to bring me on this album? And I was listening to it, it's like, all right, this does not sound like the Pallas I know. It's kind of sound, the way Alan was singing, I had trouble putting that to words, so I decided to sneak in a little sample so you can hear for yourself what I mean. That's the kind of sound they're bringing on this track. It's about 9 minutes long, a little over 9 minutes. The entire album is 15 minutes and 14 seconds, divided over 6 tracks. The shortest track is the second track, The Great Attractor, which clocks a little over 4 minutes. The longest track is The Messenger, which clocks just over 13 minutes. So we have long tracks, which the band uses to bring their message. And I can already tell you, it's not a really happy album. The theme of the album is not very happy. The fact that they call themselves The Messenger is more that they have a message to deliver that is not popular, that a lot of people prefer not to listen to, but deals with our future, with the world we live in and the direction this world is headed. So it makes it interesting, and they added a few interesting details in it, but like I said, that first track was kind of intriguing to me, and I was looking for a way to describe it. I couldn't, so I hope by what you heard, you have an idea of it. Had some great guitars in it by Niall. The second track, The Great Attractor, and you know, I'm already showing you some parts of the artwork, but I'm going to revisit it a little bit. This one here, I could not help but wonder that this is only one guy this could be about, especially when I listen to the last few lines. Can't tell the difference between a lemon and a crime. He's a lemon, he's a felon. Who would the band be talking about? That second track does bring the familiar Pallas sound again. The third track, Fever Pitch, that's the track that really gave me the goosebumps. I mean, with that second track, if I would hear that without knowing it was from this album, without even knowing it was from Pallas, I would have picked out that it was Pallas. When I would have heard the first track, I would not have made that guess. But Fever Pitch, the atmosphere the band brings there, I really love it. When I first heard it, and even after that, that song really gave me goosebumps. Then we move into Heavy Air, and when I was listening to it, I was looking at my CD player, it's like, I'm already at track 4. Is there some seamless transition? It's not. Actually, at the end of track 3, there's a silence, and then track 4 starts, but the way they blend it, it's really good. And again, they keep that atmosphere during that track again. And like I said, it's not a really happy atmosphere, but it is very good. Track number 5, The Nine, that has a really eerie atmosphere in it. That has some really dark lyrics in it about the future of our planet. And it has a really surprising moment when we have kind of a rap. Alan Reed doing rap. I had no idea that was part of it, but still an interesting addition, and it kind of works with the track. And the album ends with the title track, The Messenger. Like I said, it clocks a little over 13 minutes, and that track is another. It's an absolute joy to listen to because the band brings so much to the table. They have so much experience. They play so well together, and I really hear a revitalized Pallas. I'm really happy about it. I'm really happy they're back. I really hope that this might be a spark to bring something more. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see them live on stage. That's going to be quite a challenge since guitar player Niall Mathewson lives in Cambodia. So, you know, also the recording of the album has been an interesting challenge for them. But they pulled it off and they bring a fantastic album. So if you haven't heard it yet, I can imagine you haven't. If you haven't gotten a copy yet, I can only say, listen to the album. That's going to be tricky. Maybe you can listen to them on their Bandcamp site, because nowadays I see more and more bands joining Bandcamp, offering their music there, so you can buy them directly from the artist, but also listen to it. And if you are into the whole digital thing, you can even buy a digital copy, but I strongly recommend buy the physical copy, buy the media book, because it is absolutely beautiful and you will only support the band with it. So hopefully the band will think, all right, people are enjoying this, let's make another album. And I really hope we don't have to wait another 10 years for that. So I'm really happy with the brand new Pallas album, The Messenger. My favorite tracks are absolutely Fever Pitch and The Nine. Those are my favorite tracks, but I love the entire album. I have lost track of how many times I've listened to the album. Please let me know, what is your favorite track of this album? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it over there. And I can only say, enjoy The Messenger by Pallas, and I hope to see you guys back in a new video.